Hey Scorpio, this is your horoscope for December 2016. Thank you for joining me. It's really nice to be with you today. Now, the first thing that you'll notice is that on the 3rd of December, there's a real shift. Mercury has been in Sagittarius in your second house. Mercury is the communication planet. It's the way you think, it's the way you communicate, the way you receive information, and the way you put information out there. And up until the 3rd, it's been very open and adventurous, especially when it comes to your financial life and new opportunities. So I think your antennas have been pinging all over the place and been receptive, and you've looked for opportunities and been quite optimistic. But now, with Mercury changing houses and going into the very dry and grounded earthy sign of Capricorn in your 3rd house, I really think you've seized and grasped an opportunity, or you ought to. Look what's floating around in your atmosphere, so to speak, at the beginning of December. Then seize an opportunity and start to do something with it. Because your mind is going to be very, very precise and focused and productive and constructive. You can really make something great happen here. You're the person to do it. Not only that, you've also got a lot of positive energy sitting in that 3rd house supporting that Mercury. You have the Moon, Venus, and Pluto all in Capricorn. So the 3rd house is communication, and Mercury is the communication planet. So it doesn't get any better than that. Now, the Moon and Venus, you will have a very strong desire and love to actually work. And for you to do some work around this time, when it comes to your communication or taking an idea and putting it into practice, it will transform your working life. So this, for you guys, Scorpios who are inventors out there, your time has come. If you've got a patent that you've been considering, patent it, start working and start putting it into production. It will transform your finances. You know, like the guy who saw that you can blow a bubble with some soapy water, and he created this little thing where there's lots of little sections and you blow it and lots of little bubbles come out, and he made millions with that kind of thing. So this is the kind of energy I'm talking about, taking an idea and inspiration and putting it into practical use. That continues until the 8th of December, when Venus leaves that 3rd house and she moves into Aquarius in your 4th. And the focus will shift a little bit here. Yes, Mercury is still in your 3rd, so that desire to work and to communicate will continue. But now you split your time with Venus in Aquarius saying, what can I do for my family, and does anyone need me? I really want to be there for people I care about. Mars is also in that 4th house. Mars is the planet of drive and desire in Aquarius at 21 degrees. Again, communicative. Your real desire is to support and help the people who love you and who you love. So obviously, now that you're splitting your time, you can't do that much inventing. So the first 8 days of the month are really, really important for you. There is a full moon on the 14th of December, and there will be a special in-depth video on the full moon. But as far as you're concerned, this full moon will be in Gemini in your 8th house. So you will notice that there's some sort of communication from a group or an organization that you belong to, and some sort of opportunity will present itself via that institution. On the 19th of December, Mars, which has been in your 4th house, urging you to take care of family, that now shifts into Pisces, and it goes in your 5th house. Now, Mars is the planet of drive and energy and getting somewhere in life, and it rules Aries, so it's a fiery kind of energy that's just like, there's the goal, I'm going for it quickly. Pisces isn't like that. Pisces is at the end of the zodiac. It represents that time of the year when it's the last part of winter, the food reserves have been exhausted, people are sharing food just to make it through to the spring, and you have to self-sacrifice and you have to consider other people. And Mars doesn't like being in that side. It's not comfortable, okay? So that's too much of a good thing, or it's conflicted, and it sits in the 5th house of romance, and you almost start to, I think on the 19th, there's real potential for you to lament the fact that your romantic life is not perfect, and that you have this dream of what it could have been, and look at what I've got. There's a sense of ingratitude and frustration around that. Now, on the same day, the 19th of December, Mercury goes retrograde, and it stays in retrograde until the 8th of January. And it goes retrograde in your 3rd house of communication. So again, the clock is ticking in the sense of patenting your ideas and putting them into practice. It was really good at the beginning of the month until the 8th. It continued to be good, but you were splitting your time from the 8th onwards. And now on the 19th, it becomes stifled and difficult because Mercury is the communication planet. And when it goes into retrograde, it means that things that were easy before become much more work, and there's miscommunication and people send you the wrong thing and your computer crashes and it's just a pain. So try and get things done before then, because it will be more difficult now. The good news is that on the 20th, Mars begins to conjunct Neptune. So that sense of frustration will be overridden by this huge outer planet energy of Neptune, which is also in Pisces at 9 degrees. And Neptune will calm Mars. Neptune will say, everything happens at the right time, everything happens for a reason. If you're single now in your life, that's what it was meant to be. And good things will happen for you again in future. And don't worry so much about it, just look at the bigger picture, everything's going to be okay. And that will kind of stroke Mars into submission and will soothe him and calm him down a little bit. And what you'll start to focus on in a genuine way is, well, you know, I do want love in my life if you're single, and what can I actually do to create that in my reality? Can I start joining a group or whatever it is? And if you're in a relationship and it's not 100%, in a genuine sense, what can I do to bring that fire back? How can I make this relationship what I want it to be? And really actually put some work into it rather than just being frustrated and throwing my toys out of the pram. So that's good news. On the 28th/29th of December, depending on where you are in the world, Uranus, the planet of eccentricity and desire, that goes direct in your 6th house. Now, it may have been that the last couple of months, you have sorted out your day-to-day experience so that you're happier with it. But now, with Uranus going direct, when the year starts here, or at the end of the year, 29th, you really become focused on making it happen in your working life, and to really take charge of the situation and to really go for it. And then that connects with all of that energy you've got in the 3rd house, which brings me back to these independent ideas that you had at the beginning of the month. What can I do for myself independently? And it seems like you've got something here, because with Uranus going direct, that will really give you the drive and motivation to just go for it. Start the new business, launch the product, patent the idea, whatever it is. There's no lack of energy here. Now on the 29th as well, there's a new moon happening. That happens in your 3rd house, and there will be another in-depth video on this, but the new moon is going to affect you in the sense of communication and ideas, and working ideas and how to put those into practice. That is the gift of the new moon specifically for Scorpios. So I hope you have a wonderful month. If you would like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab and you can order your reading with me there. Please remember to subscribe to this channel. It would be a great help to me, and I'll speak to you next month.